Welcome to my channel, Bible Pilgrim, Inspire, Praise and Worship. And golly, it has certainly been a long time since I've posted anything on my channel. I think it was January 2023. Or maybe it was February, but anyway, a long time. You get the general idea. The last video I did was about my Lifeway Women's Bible, and it was going to be the Bible I read daily. And I did do that for a while, but then I kind of came to halt. No real excuse as to why. I did lose a bit of focus for some time, even though I was still busy doing the church newsletter and various other things. However, I have finally finished working through it, and with this Bible I basically just highlighted and wrote the odd comment. I highlighted phrases that I thought were interesting. Some places have more than others, and some have not a lot. Let's see if I can find something here. So yeah, you can see that in some places I wrote quite a lot of information. In other places I did less. I quite enjoyed the book of Isaiah, so there's a fair bit in there, probably more in the New Testament. And I will at some stage go back to this Bible, but I have read through the whole Bible and I am going to be putting it aside for a while. And in the process, I should say that if you want to see the initial review I did of it, I will link the video in the description box below. Sorry about that. I have actually found myself going back to my Inspire Praise Bible. Now, if I could get this Bible in the same format and font size without the artwork, it would suit me really well, actually. I've decided I'm not really into colouring, although I've done some when I first got it back in 2020. I much prefer writing notes. So what I've done is I've just washi taped a piece of paper over the artwork, and I have written over it, used that instead. So yeah, if I could get this Bible with this size font but without the artwork, it would be my perfect Bible, I guess, really, in terms of having a Bible to journal or work in. I don't know whether I'd call this journaling Bible or my study Bible, but yeah, I put all my own notes, and they might not be right, they might be wrong, but they're my thoughts and ideas that come to me. I've highlighted things. I do use study Bibles when I come across difficult things that I don't understand. And the last few weeks, I guess, I've done quite a deep dive back into it. I started with Job in August 2024. That was on the 1st. So I've actually done a lot the last few weeks. So I did all of Job, and then I went to Deuteronomy, which I started on the 5th. So you can see I've done quite a deep dive. That was only 5 days later. And yeah, I've just finished Deuteronomy, and now I'm on to Joshua, which I've starting today. Did I do numbers? No, I haven't done numbers yet. So most of this Bible I have actually gone through. Certainly all of the New Testament is thick with notes, and I did that back in 2020. And then I just did the odd little bit, but as I say, I'm going back into it, really working through it. I've done a few Psalms along the way, and yeah, so I'm back into Joshua. So yeah, I do like the vellum sort of inserts that this Bible does, and I wouldn't trade them because I think they just add a little bit of interest and they don't interfere with the writing. Am I going to be able to find any to show you? Yeah. So yeah, I like these and I'm quite happy with those, but I've learnt that I'm not into colouring in. It's just not me. I know some people do amazing artwork and I've been really impressed with them, but for me, I just decided I really want a Bible that I can write in, and I have really enjoyed doing that. So yeah, so today I move into Joshua. Now, what I've decided to do, let's just look at my notes so it's not quite so ad hoc, which is usually my way, is yeah, my beautiful Humble Lamb Shepherd, which I've reviewed also, and I'll also put the link in the description box below. It still unfortunately smells like old billy goat. Now, anyone who's ever lived near a goat farm or had an old billy goat tethered in a paddock somewhere will know what I mean. And it is not a pleasant smell. Now, I love the smell of leather, but this is something else again. Now, I've left it outside. I've left it out of its box. I've left it outside on nice days, although out of direct sunlight. But it smells, still assaults my senses. Whether I have extremely sensitive sense of smell, I don't know. And it's such a shame because I love this Bible so much and I really want to get into it. So I've decided to try again to get used to the smell, and what I'm now doing is I read it outside while the weather's good, and I'm reading it before I start working in my Inspire Praise. So I am reading Joshua, so I've got up to chapter 7 today, and then a bit later on I will start studying in my Inspire Bible. So those are the ones that are currently so this is my main work Bible. And I absolutely love this. I only got into the Bible in 2020. I have been to church on and off in the past, but I would definitely say I wasn't a Christian at the time. I just did it. I was interested, and then I really fell by the wayside and chucked it all away. But in 2020, I wanted to try and make sense of what was going on in the world, and I started reading the Bible, and I've really got very involved in it and I really enjoy it. So yeah, so that's sort of my brief testimony story. Now at night I've started reading this Christian Standard Bible, partly because it's got lovely big font, and the font size is, I believe, 11.25 font. So it's a large print personal size reference Bible. And there is the ISBN. Let's put it in front of the camera. And that's the details on the back. Hopefully you can see those if you pause. And yeah, I'm actually quite enjoying it. I was reading my NIV at night, my 1984 NIV, but the print is a little bit small, and this is quite good to read at night. It's a nice large print. And at the moment I'm doing a chapter a night of Psalm, Proverbs and Isaiah. So that's what I'm doing this one, and I've just added a little extra bookmarks. It's just a slot in bookmark thing, so I can get to each page easily. So yeah, tonight I will be reading 12. So that's my Bible I'm using for reading. I just thought I'd give you a bit of an overview, a reminder perhaps to some people who've only just joining me at this channel of my other Bibles. So right, moving on to the other Bibles that I use. This is my church Bible. It's in a lovely bright childlike, but I don't care, cover I made for it. It is a large print NIV by Hodder and Stoughton, so it's anglicised, which I like. It just makes for better reading when, in my opinion, the words are spelt like the country I reside in. So yeah, so this is my church Bible, and how I use this because we use the NIV at church. I wish you could still get the 1984 version, but for some reason they stopped producing it, which is a shame because I think a lot of people would still prefer the 84 version. I've just put a couple of little stickers in, verses, and how I use this is I highlight any verses we read at church or that are spoken about during the services, and I date it. So you will see through the book there's various different services, they're dated, and I highlight it. So each week I date and highlight the verses we do. Sometimes it's quite a lot of verses, so I don't highlight the whole thing. I just do lines, and I might highlight certain words. And you can see we've done quite a few services on this one over time, which is quite interesting to see, you know, different services there. They might be repeated, or someone else might do it, and they have a different interpretation. So yeah, So this is my church Bible, and I think I've got a box for that, or have I not? No, but hopefully if I do the front page, if anyone is interested, they can see the ISBN. Is the ISBN listed there? No, is it on the back? Let's just have a look. Yes, here's the ISBN number. Hopefully you can see that. Right. Okay, so we'll put that aside. On Wednesdays I go to a morning Bible study group at church, and this is the Bible I use. Here's the box for it. It's an NLT Slimline Center Column Reference, black premium bonded leather. The font is now a little bit small for me, really. I can't remember what size font it is. It might be 8. I'm not sure. So yeah, it's by Tyndale, and again I'll just put a couple of little stickers in. And this is, I guess, kind of my favorite Bible, because it reminds me of the one I had that unfortunately got destroyed. And I love that it's got the references down the middle. It's got footnotes. It's easy to hold on the hand, you know, on the palm of your hand if you need to. It's got extra references in there, so it's a really good reference Bible. I like that it has a little bit of information at the top of each book, and each book starts on a new page. Words of Christ are in red. And I don't mark up in this. I don't think I've marked anywhere in this at the moment. I take this. It's got a good concordance in the back and dictionary, and it's also got some maps. So yeah, this isn't really a review. This is just to go over the different Bibles I use and their purposes. It's a nice handy size because it goes in this case nicely, and I can take it to, I quite often walk into town to go to Bible study, so it's nice. It can go in my backpack without being too heavy, and then I just take a simple notebook to write things in if there's any notes I need. So that is my church Bible study Bible. I also go to a Bible study on Thursday evenings, and I take my big Inspire Praise Bible. Are there any other Bibles? Yes. I still read through my King James Thomas Nelson Sovereign Bible, and I use this quite often when I'm listening to some different YouTubers who read from the King James, and at some stage I'd like to actually read through the whole of this, but that will probably be next year's goal. At the moment it's not, and I have done a review of this too, so that I'll try and remember to link all these different Bibles that I've done reviews on. And the way forward is I'm going to try and get back into doing videos and talking about the different Bibles I use. I'm trying not to be tempted by any other Bibles, so it will be the Bibles I have or the Bibles I might buy as a gift. I do have a new Bible that's going to be for my son for Christmas, so I may do a review of that. But yeah, I'm trying not to be tempted into new Bibles. I sort of know what I like now. I know I'm not really worried about Bibles that kind of try and direct me as to what to think. I'm not very good at doing the personal reflections or things like that. Maybe I will at some stage. I mean, this one, it has a few things, and they are interesting, and I do like reading them, but I don't tend to do the little goals and things they do. So that's just where I am. Although, you know, reading about the different character profiles, they are very interesting. So who knows? I want to try and just focus on the Bibles I have and not covet other Bibles I see people doing reviews on, which is sometimes very difficult, I must admit. So yeah, that's it from me. I hope somebody might see this video, and please be kind in your comments. I am still what I call a very baby Christian. I still struggle at times. I've had various different things happen in the last 2 years that have knocked me a bit, and So yeah, I'm just trying to remain focused and keep my eye on the Lord. So yeah, I'd be interested to know if any of you use similar Bibles to me or similar ways of studying. And I'll catch you another time. So I do thank you very much for watching, and God bless you all.